Okay, hello and welcome to the Creative Experience. Today our guest is going to be COOPTOTHE. Tell us about yourself a little bit.
I'm from Hammond, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
It's like right in the middle of like Baton Rouge and New Orleans. Moved around a lot. Used to be big in sports.
Mm-hmm.
I just started making music like
What sports were you into?
basketball.
Basketball. I see.
I'm a hooper, bro.
Yeah, I was a
Like,
football player, so
facts,
I
bro.
don't look like it, but I was definitely a football player. So.
Son, I'm way skinny. Like,
See, I think we grew up on some of the same shit because you was talking about how you grew up like skating and shit, and so did I.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
facts,
on the whole
facts.
DGK move. Like that's why I was really fucking with like the whole ghetto kids who do
yeah.
psychedelics. Like, cause I was like, this ringing a bell right now. I know what this from.
It's really, really inspired by like, and like you know how shit gets stuck in your, not even your mind, but like shit gets stuck in your like your DNA.
Yeah.
And you just never forget it, and you be like, bro, it's something that I'm supposed to be doing, but like I really don't know what it is, but it feels like this.
Exactly.
And that's what
it's
it
like
really-
it's like pushing that. It's like pushing the feeling that's in your chest, just like as far as you can. You know the brand FA, fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude, I
So
got like 3 of their shirts, bro. Me and my homeboy, like my brother, bro, like
that's
got some hoodies,
that's
like,
the
facts.
core of my inspiration. When I was skating, like I was always like, yo, I want to be making shit like them. Like they was always on like the artistic kick of like skateboarding, and
Yeah,
they was
yeah.
always like the Supreme team and FA. Like they definitely go like hand in hand. But like I fuck with the Supreme team to an extent because like I like their designs, but some of their designs are very unoriginal, and they know that for sure.
Yeah.
They 100% know that.
Yeah, once
but
you
like,
get that big,
but like FA, I've never seen one of their designs like anywhere else, like anything like remotely like them, and I was just like, I really want to get like into that, like into those different layers that they were trying to tap into there.
Yeah.
So I was like, so I think like the creativity is both coming from skating with us, and I really fuck with that.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, what type of music do you think that would you say that you made?
That's down the rabbit hole, dude. I love, like, I'm a music fan.
Mhm.
Like, before even I ever thought of making, nigga, I was a fan first. Like, bro, I grew up listening to, like, fucking Zero, like, all types of Texas music, UGK,
Mhm.
all the old Atlanta shit,
Yeah.
like, rock music, like, 3 Days Grace, like, Blink-182, like...
So you well versed. You're
bro,
well
like,
versed.
musically, like, I be knowing shit, and, like, my fucking alter ego is, like, I call myself the Sex Pistol. That's like my vista, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's like Sid Vicious, cause like that punk rock, like just the fucking movement behind it.
Exactly.
And that's kind of like how I view like myself is like I'm trying to be bigger than like music,
Mhm.
and that's why I started like the name Ghetto Black Kids Doing Psychedelics. Like I want it to be a movement. Like you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Tell us a little more about that. The Ghetto
Um,
Black Kids Doing Psychedelics, because I'm really interested in
Yeah,
that.
facts, dude. So it was like last week, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this shit is recent. Like, but like I said, it's always been in my heart and in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
I just never had a name for it,
Yeah.
and that's just kind of how I dress and how I talk. Like, I'm a hood nigga at the end of the day, bro. Like, my cousins, my family, like, all tied up in the streets. I
Mhm.
just was never like that. Was just never me. I just saw it differently.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And so it was like, for me, watching Lil Wayne and watching like Kid Cudi break that mold of like, oh, if you're a young black kid, you gotta be ghetto. Like, even though Lil Wayne on his hood shit, but when he was on that Rebirth shit, not so
Yeah.
much that the music, but just the culture he started pushing. It was like, damn. So I don't.
Little
have to-
Wayne's pushed a lot of culture too. That man started a skate brand, just
That's what I'm-
improv too. He was like, "Alright, fuck it, I'm gonna put out for y'all real
That's
quick."
what I'm saying,
Like,
bro. Like when he really like turned up, it was like, bro, like I remember how niggas was calling him weird and like,
Mhm.
bro, like I look up to like shit like Odd Future because that shit was a movement, and
No,
I want like that's why I started that like Ghetto Black Kids because it's like, bro, like I want all the ghetto kids, I want all the hood kids, I want all the poor black kids and inner city, not even black kids, but all minorities, all white people, everyone. Like, bro, I'm a hippie at heart. Like, I don't really
Yeah.
care about race, but it's just that's just what I am.
Mhm.
So I want my like people just like me to feel like you don't have to be a fucking thug. You don't
Yeah.
have to be a street kid. And at the end of the day, you could be that and be an artist.
Yeah, you just need to
And
know how to
artistically.
balance.
Exactly.
But it's like, it comes to a point where it's like you have to choose what you really want to do, and it's like. You can't live your whole life like that. Like,
can't.
real shit. You can't live your whole
Man,
life
it's
in the
only-
streets.
It's only
Like-
dead or in jail. Like, it's funny. Like, I always tell people like, the older you get, all the cliche shit you heard growing up is like true as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
chase your dreams,
Mhm.
don't quit. Like all this shit your parents say. Like, oh, like if you in the streets, you're gonna be dead. Like all that shit is real. And like I'm 21. Like older I got, bro. Like all of my friends, like niggas started dying. Like people started going to jail. I was like, oh shit.
That's
life
not
is,
me.
Yeah, life is
like,
real.
Yeah.
Like this ain't even something to play with. Like you know what I'm saying? And so it was like, I'm creative as fuck. Like I started out creative and like, remember that jerking movement?
Yes,
bro.
That was like 6th, 7th grade.
Yeah,
son.
facts,
like,
bro. That's what got me started in like ever playing around with like Fruity Loops or like editing videos and shit like that. Even like photography, bro. Like I shoot pictures now, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't even like.
It's just like you got to be well versed in everything
Exactly.
to like build. Because I remember I started making music before I started making actual art. Like, because I was like, everybody on this music kick, I'm trying to get on it too.
Yeah,
like, I was fucking around with, like, I forgot what this program was, but it was just, like, online, and it was kind of, like, you could just use it whenever. It was just, like, a free software. And I used to just I made this one song that's called Animal Crackers. It was just, like, a sample of, like, the Animal Crackers shit, and I just sliced that bitch.
Yeah.
And that was, like, one of the only songs I made. And then I was like, son, I can't do this all the time, because it was, like, so hard for me for some reason.
Yeah.
But then I picked up a camera, son, and everything came together. I was like, this is 100% me. Like, planning these shots, planning everything out. Like, I love that shit, son. Like, every single, like, inch of it. Like, I could do this all day, every day for the rest of my life, and I wouldn't even, like, I wouldn't break a sweat, son. Like, I'd be like, all right.
Bro, like, I love that you said that, bro, because, like, that's how I feel when it comes to music. It's like, because like I said, bro, I'm a fan. And it's the fact that I make it and I could be a fan of myself.
Yeah.
It's like,
that's the best part. That's the best part,
like,
where you make some shit that you like.
Actually,
I don't even gotta release this. This could be for me, son.
Oh,
like,
yeah, hell yeah.
That's the best feeling in the world. Like, honestly, that's irreplaceable. Where do you want to take yourself? Like, what do you think the future for yourself is? Like, who do you want to influence? Who do you want to see you and be like, wow, I want to do that too?
As cliche as it sounds, Kanye.
Kanye?
Yeah, Kanye, and I'll tell you why. Because Kanye, like every little thing kind of stemmed from him in a little way, because he was into so much things like art, film, fashion, heavy on the fashion, heavy on the music, and he kind of I don't want to say he was the first, because Pharrell too, but Kanye just brought it more mainstream.
Exactly.
And like I said, like I want to be like, even if like, okay, I'm not the best producer or the best musician, I want to be that guy people go like, oh, if it wasn't for Coop, like I would have thought like I had to do this. But he showed me like, nah, I could do some cool shit.
Yeah.
I could do some creative shit and still be me.
Yeah, you want to break boundaries.
Yeah, exactly. Break the boundaries, and like that's why I love Tyler Creator. Like I tell people, I text that shit randomly to my friends. I'm like, bro, Tyler Creator really just went #1.
Yeah.
He recorded that shit by himself. He did that. You know what I'm saying?
That's the whole thing with him too that I look at. He's so self-sufficient, son, with everything he does. Like, all his covers, all of that. That's his mind. Like, it's like, oh, he has all these creative directors in there with him. No, this nigga crazy.
Bro,
like,
yes.
100%.
Yes.
Like, he's on this. And it's like, he's continuously pushing himself to be a different him. And, like, every album you can see where he's grown, too. That's why I like him so much. His progression. Like, it's so good. And on the other kick with Kanye, too, I'm from Chicago. So Kanye has been in my life since I was born. Yeah. Like, he's always been, like, in the route. Kanye. I've always heard that name. I've always, like, heard of his influence. And I 100% see where you're coming from, because that's the most multiverse nigga I've ever seen. He can do everything, and he can do everything well.
And
like,
yes. And not only that, the thing I love about Kanye more than anything is he will die for free expression and free thought. And I feel like I have a tattoo on my chest about it's a quote from Martin Luther King. I'm paraphrasing, bro. I got this shit when I was like 16, so it kind of faded a little bit. Yeah, it's called. He said, if you don't know what you would die for, you don't know why you're alive. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I will die behind my thoughts, like just the ability, like even like as controversial as Kanye is, he stands for being able to be like, nah, fuck that. I think like this.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
He not letting nobody fuck with like
Him. Like,
everybody. I feel like everybody in the industry or whatever, they're a little bit skewed. Everybody's skewed to a way where it's like, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't do that. But he's like, who said that?
Yeah, exactly.
Like he's like, who said this? Who told you these rules? Because I'm not obeying them. So, what would you want people to take from this interview? What would be your closing words?
Be your fucking self.
Be
Whoever that is, be yourself. Don't smoke jewels either. Don't smoke fucking jewels. They're killing us. But be yourself, and always strive to be better than you were yesterday.
Exactly.
And like I said, like earlier, like as cliche as that sounds, if you actually really live by that, a lot of people hold themselves back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and man, like if you just strive to be a better version of you, and just like every fucking day and really take that challenge, in a year you'll be like, damn, bro, like look how far I came.
Exactly. Like, it's crazy out here. You just gotta push yourself farther every day. Well, thank you for watching The Creative Experience. This was our episode. Hope you guys have a great day.